how did those scenes? There was a lot of business, I think, as you were describing, a lot of sort of stunts in a way to perform. But also, I've always wondered, how did you keep a straight face in those scenes? You know, when there's chaos, and even in the scenes where it's just the dialogue. Was there a problem with getting the giggles?
There were always a terrible problem. We were such a good team, and that means that all of the backstage crew and everybody, we were like a team together. And the thing about that clip that we've just seen is that you've got to imagine that we're up the ladder holding that blanket, and behind the camera, there's a whole group of people, and they've come in from heaven knows where to watch this sequence, right? And out of the corner of our eye, you could see people on the floor on their knees, and they're standing up, all behind the camera, and there are people putting handkerchiefs in their mouths, going, because they've been told they're not to laugh because the sound is on, you know. So we're now standing up and the camera's rolling, and you're out the corner of your eye, you could see all these people going. So you're thinking, I can't laugh, I mustn't laugh. And so what we did was that I put in that line, which was, brace yourself, Rodney, brace yourself, because there wasn't a line there. And really it was sort of telling Nick, to keep control of yourself, love, because you know, we start laughing, we've only got one chandelier, and it's one take wonder. Yeah, it was, but that was like me going. You see in the clips, a lot of clips about all the shows. There are times, so many times, I can see it, that I was on the edge of going because the audience were laughing so much at something, and I knew this bit was what we were doing was funny, and to try and keep a straight face, because I would have done it a number of times and have laughed at rehearsals, and the director would go, yeah, all right, David, can you control yourself? That we're going to do a take in a minute. Could you just yeah, no, I'm sorry, but it's him, he's so funny. So then what would happen is eventually the director would say, for heaven's sake, we're working with amateurs here. He can't stop laughing. But just take it. And I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. And so you see me many times going, but it was part of the fun. I've been so fortunate to work in a wonderful industry of this, making people laugh and making yourself laugh. Which, sorry, just to tell you quickly, I was working with Ronnie Barker, and we were in the rehearsal rooms at Acton, and we were doing a scene in Open All Hours. And he said, we left the set after doing a bit of funny business, and Ronnie stood next to me, and he looked at me and he went, you know, aren't we lucky? He said, we're getting paid very well to make ourselves laugh. And I thought, he's absolutely right. This is the great Ronnie Barker, that he was enjoying it. And we both agreed that if we couldn't enjoy it, the audience wouldn't. No. So that was the acts in which we sort of conducted ourselves.
How did you know? Because you've had various partnerships and relationships with co-stars. And how did you know when they would work? Well, you get
people like Charlie in the way. And then you can't...
Could have been you and me.
Yes. I'm sorry, Charlie. sorry about that.
Three's a crowd.
Yes. Oh, sorry, you were saying.
How do you know? What makes you realise that it's going to work with another partner? It doesn't have to necessarily be comedic. Just, you know, it's someone you're acting with, or you just think, we've got something here, we've got some chemistry.
Yeah, that's a difficult one, because it doesn't happen very easily. That over the years, I've been very lucky and fortunate. I've always managed to work with nice people. But sometimes, on the odd occasion, there's someone who just believes more in themselves than they do with the audience, say, or the team, which is in your position. It's the camera crew. It's the sound. It's all those people that give you the opportunity to reach the audience that you enjoy and they enjoy you. And the ones that are like that, you have to work round. So you just go, I'll do it as best as I can, and if you're going to behave like that, okay, but I'm not joining in, meaning I'm not going to say, oh, he's getting very difficult, I'm sorry, can someone look after, what's his name? I don't know what his name is, but I should be sitting with the young lady, who I do like, yes.
Can I ask you,
Yes.
I'm intrigued, given your kind of all the years in comedy, are there unlikely, I'm trying to think of sort of very famous, more recent comedy programmes that you've really liked? You know, we've had so many huge, like American comedies, for example. You think of things like Friends, or Cheers, or the British comedies as well. More recently, British comedies as well. Are there things that you've seen more recently that have gone, do you know, they've got it? Is there something that sparked you like that?
No, I can't say there is. But you mentioning Cheers, and I tell you what it is. Then today, what is lacking, what is missing, is there's Friends, which you've just mentioned, and Cheers, which is both American, we know.
And this is a long time ago.
Yes, I suppose it is. But I'm used to seeing it quite recently. But the thing about that is that, A, the language is very clean. In other words, language is so important because that's the way that you communicate. That is how you make jokes, and that is how we communicate as we know. To use that in a bad way, to me, proves nothing. And one of the things about that was that years ago, when I was doing a show, they said that the audience, excuse me, that the communication that you set up in comedy is that you've got to keep. If you have a scene that has got a lot of vulgar, rude language in, my attitude towards it was that I did all the shows that I did, and that we never swore, right? And what that meant was that if the script was good enough, you didn't need to do that. In other words, you can get all your points across, you can get the character across. I can be rude to you, and I could say, who do you think you are? I know, and I could do a scene with you and not swear at all, but the audience would go, oh, he's a nasty piece of work, isn't he? Poor old Charlie's getting
I was feeling it just then, by the way. It's definitely feeling it.
Yeah.
But I take your point that, you know, you don't necessarily need something you veered away from.
Yes.
Language in comedy or whatever.
Well, we did that. I did that on purpose. And to tell you one little moment, if you come and see the show, you probably would recognise what I'm going to say to Charlie. No, I'm not going to advertise my show. That's what I'm here for, but I won't. Yeah. If, you know, allow you to do
We'll
that.
mention it at the end.
Come back to the anecdote. What was it you were going to say? A little story, were you?
Yes, I was, but it's naggers. It just, I can't resist taking my eyes off her.
People are obviously in for an absolute treat because, as you say, that your life is, you know, you go right back to the Second World War and the stories, your upbringing and everything. So there's going to be an absolute treat for people, and they'll be finding out things about you clearly they don't know.
That's very true. So I'm not going to give anything away because I've been told not to.
Quite right. Quite right.
Do you always do as you're told?
Naga, please. Yes, I will. Certain people. Not you, Charlie.
Understood.
Good.
Understood.
Okay.
It's been lovely having you here this morning.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
I can tell you, everyone in the place has been delighted by your company.
Captivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we won't watch you walk off stage, as it were, because that wouldn't be appropriate. So we'll say goodbye from here. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Naga. See you later.
Tickets for an evening with Sir David Jason are available now.